So now getting into some review, some of the core fundamentals of what makes all of these combinations go. The baseline set of technique for all of these mid-zone combinations is a reach block. And in a reach block, the most important thing to understand is we are aiming at this outside number to outside armpit area on the defender. Once again, this is assuming that this play is going to the right. So whether I am a covered blocker that's trying to win this individual reach block, or I'm a cover blocker with an inside shade that I'm trying to platform somebody else to take over the target, or I'm an uncovered reach blocker that I'm trying to put hat speed through the crease, we are all aiming and seeing the game through one picture. Now, in that covered reach block, we want to, in a perfect world, be able to transition what is a lateral block in its initial beginning into a vertical block as fast as possible. Once again, this is important to have a refresher on because these are the foundations of our combination. So let's watch them. So here we are. Here is a covered head-up reach block. The blocker is going to be the joker in the blue pants, Austin Grabow, and he is going to reach the defender to the left of him. He's going to move his play side foot just big enough to set his backside half to win, and he's going to run, driving his backside knee and his backside shoulder through the play side half of the defender. That's an excellent reach. Here, this play side blocker is going to be the play side tackle. He's going to utilize a little bit different reach block here, but he's now going to brace and he's going to pop. Okay? He's now going to brace and he's going to pop, which is a different piece of reach fundamental that we use. So he still is trying to capture the outside armpit of the defender. He's trying to platform this defender for his backside teammate. Backside teammate, what am I looking at? I'm looking at the play side armpit. Here's an uncovered blocker looking at the left guard in this picture. Hat speed through the crease, trying to smother the defensive lineman. We're going to talk in depth about this today. But as he's uncovered, what is he aiming at? He's aiming at the play side armpit of the defender that we're in combination to. So everything that we do in these combinations has to do with us owning the outside armpit of the defender. Now, there's a couple ways that this will come undone that we'll talk about it as we get into combinations. Now, when we talk about zone combos in our offense, at the very base root, we are trying to create as many two-man combinations as we possibly can. And as we create these two-man combinations, there's really three responses that these defenders are going to task us with and that are going to be able to create a response in between the covered blocker and the uncovered blocker. The first response that the defender is going to take is what we call a takeover. And so what that means is this. Here's our two blockers. Here's the zone play going to the right. In base understanding, what's going to happen is this. At the snap of the ball, the covered blocker is trying to get to that same outside armpit. The uncovered blocker is trying to stretch and run to the outside armpit of the defensive end. Once again, I talk in detail about these techniques in a later video, in a previous video. But as the inside blocker, the uncovered blocker stretches to reach, this man moves inside directly to the uncovered blocker. This is going to trigger what we call a takeover response. The uncovered blocker is going to win with covered fundamentals, and the covered blocker is going to win with covered blocking fundamentals on the second level. So we have an answer for this. Now, when we talk about the knee coming to me, it's important that the uncovered blockers in these combinations are not just keying a knee. That ends up making the uncovered blocker land short more often than not. One of the worst things that we can get in this style of combination is this defensive end making a quick inside move into the gap or to the inside shoulder of the covered blocker, and we land short as uncovered blockers. So as we aim we're aiming at the outside armpit of this defensive end or whoever the down lineman may be so that we can see the whole picture. All right. The second type of takeover that you'll see is that we're going to have two adjacent blockers, but the cover blocker is going to be covered with a head up or inside shaded technique. And so you're going to see him utilize a technique that we call brace and pop. He's going to brace with his play side foot open on angle to the linebacker that we're in combination to with eyes on that backer. And he's going to pop his backside hand and foot through the play side shoulder pad of the defender, through his play side armpit, the same aiming point. And you are going to see that we're going to force the takeover with the backside player, with the uncovered player, as he is also aiming at the play side armpit. So let's watch some of these takeovers. So here's where it begins. Here's as basic of a zone combo as we can get. The outside player in this picture is going to stretch and reach, and he's trying to tattoo and aim at that outside armpit of the covered defender. He's thinking, if he plays outside to me, I'm going to accelerate, and I got to win with great covered reach fundamentals. The inside player in the combination is also going to stretch and reach. He's going to get his head over his front side knee, and he's going to get running at the play side armpit of the D lineman that we're in combination to. Now, as an uncovered blocker, I have at most 3 steps to make a decision. And we say that very intentionally. Sometimes once I take my first step, this defender's coming to me right now. But I have at most 3 steps to make a decision. If that knee and outside armpit comes to me, then I've got to win with great covered reach technique and keep him on the line of scrimmage. And my covered partner will climb to win with great covered reach technique on the second level. So let's watch it through. This is about as basic as it comes. We stretch to reach, get over our front side knee. The covered blocker trusts his help. As the covered blocker loses the down lineman, he's going to transition on the angle and the speed that the linebacker dictates that we climb on to go win to the same place, put my eyes on the outside armpit, winning with my backside knee and my backside shoulder. The inside partner in this combination, as soon as he feels this defensive end move inside, I've got to transition to get my second step in the ground, get my eyes on his outside armpit, and keep this D lineman on the line of scrimmage. Now, because we've called a 2-man combination in our offense, if the defensive lineman is moving faster inside than I was necessarily prepared for, then it is okay to wheel around and pin him. But in a perfect world, we transition and we make this thing happen a little bit faster with less crossover. So here we go in live action, okay? So we're going to end up transitioning our eyes inside to the center and the left guard, the right guard, and the way that we're looking at them in this screen. These jokers are going to stretch. We've got a covered combination. The left guard's thinking, get my eyes to the play side armpit run, backside, front side shoulder flat, win with my backside half. The center, hat speed through the crease, as much width and depth as I can. I got to see the full picture on this 3 technique. And between the 2 of us, we've got to win to number 21. Let's watch it full speed. Bringing it back. So as we stretch to reach, boom. We stretch our eyes to the outside armpit. We're putting as much width and depth and hat speed through the crease as we can. We've got an inside move towards the center. The guard is going to transition at the speed and the location of the linebacker to be able to win on his outside half. The center does an excellent job of getting his eyes to the play side half of the 3 technique. Then we're starting to press vertical into this block, and we've done a great job of letting this combination come undone in a takeover combination.